Yes, indeed, we are here and we are of service for you today. We would like to focus on slowing down this channeled information so it can be more clearly heard in terms of our intent and our words. As we know, some people are struggling with the pace of information, and so we are going to be trying something new with this vehicle today.
Thank you for talking with me again. I wanted to ask first off, who am I speaking with?
Mhm. Labels, you're loving the labels. Still such an interesting mindset. So you are talking to multidimensional beings who are of service to be able to give you assistance to be able to understand the predicament that you and humanity are in.
Okay. Um, well, to start off with, I wanted to ask about the shift. There has clearly been an uptick of earthly activity going on, and I'm under the impression that will continue. Is there anything that you would like to tell us about that or the upcoming shift?
Mhm. So yes, it is very necessary for the change of the Earth's crust. This needs to happen for many reasons. So it is always going to be a case of movement, extensions, expansions, as the physical shell of the Earth must expand out. And this is for part of the excuses why people must have exit points. And this is also to start opening up uh, energetically many. We're saying that this is important for the opening of the Earth's surfaces so there can be expansion. And when there is more energy put in to the exposed elements, this will be more purposeful. So it is like surgery we would like you to think about. On the skin, you must cut open the skin to be able to get within the body. And so this is what we would like you to know.
Okay. I myself have noticed in the sunlight that I have a slight shimmer, especially on my palms. Other people have noticed the same thing, and I'm wondering, is that our light body, or what change is that we're actually seeing?
Mhm. Your eyes are starting to become more in tune with the frequency of higher dimensional optical expressions. And so you are now trying to see more of your environment. This was an upgrade for those who needed to have physical proof that something was happening that makes them feel special, that makes them feel sparkly and shiny. And this gives them a boost of excitement that something is happening to them. And so many have asked to see. I need proof, they say. Show me the changes that will be occurring. And so we have given you the visual proof. You may want to feel that that is not enough, and that is fine, but this is what we have been giving you to show you that your physical bodies will be changing and you're noticing it now through your eyes. You have asked to see more clearly, and we have provided that for you.
Thank you. It's really exciting to see. Um, will our crystalline bodies on New Earth be different colors? Is that what the term rainbow body is referring to?
Mhm. Yes, it is. It is shimmering light. So if you want to think of projecting light into crystal or into glass, you get the rainbow effect. And so it is frequency. It is bending of light and energy.
And with that, who will all of our bodies look similar to what we have right now, but just light-based crystalline, or is it something that is and potentially could be a new shape that we are co-creating with our higher selves?
It will be the most appropriate, comfortable form that you can handle as you are entering into the new earth. And you will have the, the clothes, the skin, shall we say, but it is not skin at all because that is carbon. So you will have the most comfortable feeling, illusion of what you look like, to make you feel comfortable. And as you're more consistently comfortable with the frequency and vibrations, and to be truly who you are, you will change and evolve into more of a light body and leave the physical density and the necessity to feel like one must have arms, one must have legs, one must have a head. And so you will be what you need to be. There is many options for you to be able to expand. And the more you are comfortable with what you see around you on the new earth, the more you allow yourself to be who you truly are.
Okay. Will we all arrive the same way, or is the higher self deciding what we will be most comfortable with, or assessing how we would feel about it?
It is everyone's at their own different level of comfortability to what they need to see and experience. And so it is how everyone, what level. Of course, it may freak out too many if there was too much diversity. So you keep small in your little, your layers, your levels. Your mindset may be different from someone else's. So what you can cope with comfortably may be different from someone else's. And so you easily and gently are introduced into and acclimatized emotionally onto the new earth.
I think it would be really important that people know that they've got teams working with them, helping them, supporting them, even if they cannot physically see them. For me personally, it means the world, of course. I was wondering if you could make a general statement about who comprises someone's team that's helping them right now.
We understand. So when you were making your life contract, that you chose the most supportive other souls who you've had other lifetimes with, who are part of your soul family, to be able to assist you and guide you. They are your team. You have small soul family members that you like to reincarnate with often, that is comfortable, and you have similar missions to explore and experience. And so it is good to be able to have teamwork with that. And then you can expand out more to your more broader teams, which are your soul families that extend out. And so it is like if you want to see a map of all your generations of your human family, if you must assist in that, your ancestors for who you are, being the body of Aaron, if you looked back dozens of families, it is the same with your teams. You can have dozens of your soul family members from different lifetimes to come and assist you for different things. They're not constantly hanging out, observing everything that you do. You are never alone, but people feel that once they are aware of these support systems, they feel uncomfortable going to the bathroom, making love with friends and family. This is making the vehicle laugh. And we're not trying to be humorous. We are trying to show that you are always there, but we do not pry and we do not judge you for your choices that you make. We're there to make sure that you're safe. And when you are needing to be inspired to overcome something that you've chosen in your life contract, that this is something that we assist of. And so your spiritual teams, your guides, your subconscious, they higher self, they are all to assist you. So they have different roles, different expertises, different things that they would like to assist you on for their own learning, because they learn and grow along with you as they support you and see all the choices that you're making and the decisions, the reactions, and they learn so much from you. So it is a mutual benefit. This is why it works out so well. And then you have the collective, which are the largest soul family experiences. There's so many beings that are able to come in and assist and guide you. So it is not just, we want to make a joke now and say it's not just, this is funny for the vehicle. Bobby, your guide. Little Bobby is great and he watches over you and he's not a stalker, but he is there for you forever because you have been there for him in another lifetime. Now, there is no one single Bobby. We will say that there is a collection of guides that are helping you, but we understand that you want to feel like you have nearly a best friend watching you and supporting you. And we want to tell you, Erin, that you have many best friends that are supporting you and loving you, and they're wanting to say that all is well, and they are doing their duty, they're doing their service, and they are here. They are here for you, and they are wanting to encourage you because they have been lovingly guiding you to things that you want to experience while they're also enjoying the experience. And so they're just wanting to pop in and say, you're doing great. But there are so many of them. It would be a long conversation to be able to talk about all your connections with them and who they are and what you've been up to. And they're looking forward to being able to do that when they reunite with you, because you will be able to reconnect with them more on the old earth, and if not all of them, but in the next few things that you will do, the next missions that you want to master and conquer, and you never lose anyone. And I think this is what, sorry, this is what we want to say. We feel that people are afraid to shift because they're afraid of who they will lose in case not everyone they know will shift. And we say the connections that you make with your soul families, the connections that you make with people that you've completely forgotten about, the connections that you make with other beings that you have completely forgotten about while you have been of service in this lifetime and all these other lifetimes you have had on this earth. It will be the biggest, happiest reunion that you have ever experienced. You do not lose anything, but you gain back your wisdom and the veil is removed.
Wonderful. I struggle with communicating with that. Well, I talk to them all the time. It seems like a one-way conversation because I'm a bit dense in the head. I guess I'm learning. A lot of people are in that same boat. So as a general question, how can people communicate with their team? I did see an example yesterday that a manifestation wish list would be helpful for them, and because it also would count as approval to be involved within that manifestation. Is that true?
You can connect with them and have a two-way conversation, and you do it constantly. You just you wouldn't notice it and call it as that because of your doubt that it is just your conscious mind responding back to your conscious mind, and that's not the case at all.
Is there any way that just in general that people could do better to feel as though they have a two-way conversation? Is there anything that we can improve upon?
So ask for visual proof if you must, if you have no faith, and they will provide you things that may be making you feel like you have a little angel near you. You may suddenly see lots of angels around you in figurines and ornaments and little memes. You may feel like angels have wings and will leave feathers for you, and so you will suddenly start seeing feathers all around. And this is them trying to prove to you that they exist. Remember, you're sitting in an exam, you're experiencing a 3D life experience exam. And if you sat right beside your guide and they just whispered and told you all the answers, are you learning? Are you applying your information and knowledge? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Because if you're supposed to come here on this planet right now to be able to cheat and have constant interaction with a two-way system, which you're asking for, you will not be able to be doing your life contract and experiences when it is your lessons to come here and experience it. And so we know you don't cheat. We know you want to do this. You do this the harder way than others, but you are now awakening up to the bigger truth. The trouble you have is with trust, and it is something that you are needing the guide to transform physically in front of you and shake your hand and be able to show you a photo album of all the other lifetimes you've had together.
Well, that'd be fun. I'll bring the wine. I see what you're saying. And yeah, I guess that would be cheating.
We do want to say that there are people who have come down with a very, very, very thin veil, and that is on purpose. That is to help assist. But remember, you're in a classroom of others taking the same exam. And so while someone is calling out all the answers, it may be also stopping people from having to do their own inner work and experiences. So as you know, people will not choose to follow until they have done their own work. They'll not be able to hear the answers from others until they have focused and done what they need to do to get to expansive conscious mind considerations. We see that this is happening many of those sometimes who would listen to this information.
Wonderful. Are there things that are holding people back? Again, this is in general, without them knowing it, because they don't give express permission for higher guides to assist them, upgrade them, etc.
Yes, we would like to use the analogy of asking your guides to give you $1 million into your account because you want it. So you use your free will to say, I want this money. And your guides are saying you can earn that money yourself if you believed in yourself, if you worked hard enough with yourself, for yourself. We will assist you and support you to make the work, do the work, and to be able to grow from the work, to be able to make the income earning, to make that saving. So therefore, yes, we will help you get that $1 million, but we will not just simply deposit the $1 million into your account. We understand that it is a different analogy from what you were expecting, because your question was, how can people who don't know that they have to do their inner work, how can they get the assistance from their higher selves? And the reality is that everyone is getting assistance from their higher selves all the time to be given opportunities to make that $1 million, shall we say. And we do not like the analogy of the money, because we are saying firmly to all of those people who are still addicted to money, who are still addicted to the materialism, you are all very comfortable in your lives, and you are little hoarders of materialism. And you may notice now that that does not bring you joy, that does not truly feed your soul. It distracts you. You're distracted because you think you must keep earning it for your little nest egg. And when people are focusing on money and talk about money, that is a very low vibration of understanding the importance and significance of what is happening here. And we say this with love because we feel people are jaded and reacting to what we are saying, because they are yelling at us now saying, well, how am I supposed to pay my bills? And this is another conversation for another time. We want to say to those people who are saying this to us, we know you, and we're helping you get over your addiction to being distracted, because your inner work is screaming at you now as much as you are screaming at us.
I want to make sure that we are doing as much as we can on our part to help them help us, if that makes sense. Is there any area, just for an example, visualizing New Earth? Is there something that we need to do to help co-create that? That's just an example. I just want to make sure that we're doing the best that we can to help.
Mm-hmm. So focusing on visualization of a new planet that you will get to because you have earned yourself to get to a place there because you've done your inner work. Can you understand what is the most important part here? Not the visualization of the new earth that is going to happen regardless of whether you visualize it now or not. Use this time wisely to do the inner work. And this has been repeated once or twice before. And we say this because this is the most important thing, to be releasing any negative, lower emotions that still hold on to you, any trauma from your childhood, anything that is blocking you and holding you back. You often, and we're saying this to all who are listening, still have fear, still have resistance, and still have excuses of why you are not speaking your truth. And we're not saying to awaken others, but you're still suppressing yourself. You can't even have a conversation with us about what is going to be happening and what you can do to move forward because you can't have the confidence, you don't have the confidence to even speak with us about these things. And so when you are distracting yourself with visualization of the future planet that some of you will be going to, this is a distraction, and we're trying to avoid allowing you to be distracted at this time. Remembering you are in this lifetime right now for a very important reason. You must focus on the people that are around you who you still haven't quite managed to give unconditional love to. And understanding the definition of unconditional love is very important. You are of service. You must love yourself and be so strong within you that you know who you are, you know what you believe, you feel you are trusted, you feel that you are protected, you feel that you are of service to humanity. And therefore, you can be able to be more supportive to those who are sleeping in your assumption and judgment, because this is something that good light workers do. Love all with boundaries.
Okay, 10-4. At this time, I was wondering if I could call in Saint Germain.
Yes, I am here, and I am of assistance to be able to help you with your questions of myself today.
Hi, Saint Germain. I'm excited to hear about you. You're very trendy right now. That must give you some laughs. But thank you for helping us.
I have been of assistance for a long time, and the trend is just merely to awaken people to knowing that there are many other aspects of support, not just the higher dimensional beings, but physical beings that are here on this planet at this time.
I wanted to ask about when you were alive a few centuries ago. What was your role on Earth at that time? Because you've got quite a ambiguous history, not clear, defined, mysterious.
So your assumption that I died is one thing you must start thinking bigger minded perception of. There are people that can live for much longer than you think, and I am one of them. I've never left this planet, and I have been of assistance for a long time.
Well, that just blew my mind. Wow.
You are welcome.
Well, now I question whether or not I should ask this. I was told that you are a walk-in of mine, which I don't like that term, but it seemed too limiting and not relevant to that term. But do you assist humanity or specific people by helping them in some way, but now I don't know if that's even possible if you're still walking among us.
I am trendy right now because a few light workers think it's cool to speak my name and assume many things of me. And this is what humanity does time and time again. They recite history for their own purposes. The truth is, I am still very much physically part of helping humanity. I will not be disclosing my location for the purpose of entertainment for this sector. But it is important for many people to understand that what you've been told about humanity is very much an interesting narrative that is to control. And the reality is there is much more things happening that is around you. The history that has been connected to my life experiences are somewhat true, but humanity has never really been aware of or could cope with um, being distracted from what they are being spoon fed from mainstream media and social norms. And so I am not alone. I have had many helpers, and colleagues, co-workers, shall I say, who has the same mission as I. And so we have been of service constantly, but it is not appropriately possible for me to share my soul essence or even a fragment of myself into you, Erin, because I am still focusing on my lifetime. If my higher self or subconscious needed to be able to break a fraction of themselves into you, that is a conversation for them. But I am a conscious being right now on your planet that is helping assist, and I'm focusing on my role.
Okay. Well, now I know why that did not resonate with me when I heard it. So that makes sense. Um, I, well, my mind is still blown that um, you're still with us. So that is wonderful. Do you have any messages that you would like to give or any thoughts for humanity in general at this time?
Where does one begin? Yes, my thoughts are very much in alignment of disappointment in some regards that humanity still hasn't woken up and still are blindly trusting many different types of leaders in all fields um, for information that they could easily get themselves if they had spent some time to go quiet themselves, stop distracting themselves, and to be able to connect into their inner guides who are there of service, who are getting ignored. The addiction to listen to other people's information, which is falsehoods, has been a wonderfully interesting distraction for many. I was saying if you spend half the amount of time that you watch TV or movies or social media, if you spent a fraction of that in your daily life actually going within and asking yourself these bigger questions, what should you be doing? Everything you're seeking is really within you, and yet you're also thirsty to hear it from someone else. Why are you still ignoring yourselves is kind of so complexing because we've always tried to empower you. And this is more of a bigger collective coming in now, who is being of service to also support those who are walking the earth, who have been here longer than you could possibly imagine. They are more higher source energy physically. This is why they keep such a youthful appearance. Your mindsets actually age you. Your worries age you. Your lifestyles of your eating habits age you. And there is possibilities to be positive and to honor the vehicle you're in. But you all start feeling tired of your responsibilities and you ignore yourself so much that that actually prematurely ages you. And so we want to say to all those people who are attached to their appearances with vanity, you will look beautiful and younger if you spend some time thinking and feeling while you're awake about yourself and being of service and doing your inner work. And we shouldn't have to bribe you to tempt you to look more youthful, but it is what it is. We do not judge. We've merely tried to be of assistance for a long time. And we offer much wisdom and support and advice to all those who are ready to step into their bigger empowerment, to be reminded of their missions and purposes here for this lifetime that they are in now.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Pleasure speaking with you, and thank you for assisting us for the last several hundred years.
How old do you think your soul is? And how old do you think the universe is? We understand that a few hundred years blows your mind, but when you actually see the totality of the wisdom that you have in your soul spark that you have within your body shell, you would not bat an eyelid, shall we say.
Well, I am batting an eyelid because my mind is still blown that you're still on Earth after all these hundreds of years. When wow, so that's absolutely amazing.
It is to be of assistance, and it is helping many in not approaching on their free will. So this is one of many ways that we have been of assistance and supporting. And we needed to have people and beings that are here on this planet to be more of our eyes and ears, and to still the difference between uh, me and others who are not of service is that they are corruptible, and we had to make sure this time that they were not corruptible influences. Of course, you're very well aware of all the corrupted influences that you have even exposed yourself to, trusting them, and this is part of your discernment.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you'd like to say, or was that your closing
Um,
statement?
you were disheartened with a movement that you did find curiosity and interest in. And we want to say to you, um, the information was assistance. It was good assistance. But the representation, the people who wanted to lead the information and own the information as if that they were connected closely to it, were also distractions. So what this speaker was saying to you earlier, Erin, was correct.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.